How's it going, guys? Welcome to 4 More Ranch. This is a bittersweet video for me, but I wanted to do it just to show some behind the scenes stuff for you, but also kind of a keepsake for me, because at the time of you watching this, that means I have moved out of this gun room slash studio. Some life changes coming my way, so I'm relocating across the state of Texas. Doesn't mean the channel's dying, it just means I gotta pack all this stuff up and move on. So I thought I would just share with you guys the current gun room. Full disclosure, if you hear panting and nails, that's Remy, short for Remington, back when it was still a good company. He's about 10 now, and he's been basically under the table in every video that I filmed in the studio. He insists on being in this studio, so we thought we'd let him be a part of this video. He's nervous because I'm moving around and stuff. So anyways, sorry about the panting, but if you're a dog owner, you know how it is. They gotta be with you, right? So starting here, on this first wall, I guess I'll start a little left, some behind the scenes stuff actually. This pile of stuff that drives my wife nuts, but it's out of sight, out of mind from her, is basically all the random stuff that's coming inbound. I always have a pile of boxes, gear that comes in. I try to document what comes with it, kind of do a little bit of an unboxing, random ammo shipments for the month, depending on what guns I'm gonna be shooting, calibers, etc. So yeah, that's that. I got these lockers. I have been asked where I got them. Facebook Marketplace. These were red. I think they were gym lockers from a school that shut down. Someone, I'm assuming an employee, snagged a couple, put it up for sale. I think I only paid $250 for the set of the lockers that are in the studio, and I painted them black, and I got a big piece of butcher block from Home Depot and sliced it. Fun fact, I decided to cut it in this studio when I first moved into it, and there was sawdust on everything. Won't do that again, but so yeah. And then this is kind of, this side of the studio obviously is out of the camera in the normal videos, but so this is kind of my random collection and assortment of stuff I'm either in the process of testing, getting some rounds through, or am currently done testing with and might revisit in the future. So kind of a growing collection. I'm not trying to hang on to everything forever, so this is kind of the limbo area here. But moving on, Benelli M1014. You'll notice, I gotta talk about this one specifically because it has... I'm
not gonna be able to hold this for like as long as you're gonna be talking. So
my wife is behind the camera.
You're gonna have to like give me a tripod or something.
Okay. Okay, so we're back. Camera woman Katie, who's just said action. She's got her tripod, so good vibes all around now. Gotta give her a shout out though, where it's due, because she puts up with a lot when it comes to this studio space. So pretty cool wife. But this Benelli M1014, in a very, very sexy, subdued black multicam by my request, was done by Praetorian Armory. I will have some information probably in my link tree. They do phenomenal work, matching EOTech, matching Surefire Scout Light, just amazing and immaculate attention to detail. Absolute artists. This has now become probably one of the favorite guns in the collection, so I wanted to just spend time talking about it. Just absolutely sexy finish to that.
So sexy.
You heard it here first. Katie approves. Just going down the line here. This is like one of my OG 10.5s. This one I kind of mess around, change things. I'm getting ready, or by the time you see this, I may have already posted it. Just talking about different night vision gun configurations. So this one I've mocked up with the Cliffhanger IR from Noise Fighters. So that's kind of what it's doing right now. So it looks a little different. I have a kind of an old AR-10 build that's rocking some new optics and glass just to play around with there. So yeah, this is my carrier. I don't really shoot in it a whole lot. I don't LARP as hard as I would like to think that I should, but I do have a plate carrier. This is from Ace Tac. This chest rig is also from Ace Tac gear. I actually find I use it more often than not for hunting, because it's got a lot of useful pouches, so I keep extra batteries, lights, mags, you name it. Also keep like a tourniquet on it for in case an accident were to happen. I'm out there hog hunting completely by myself. And this pouch right here is perfect size for a thermal monocular. So sometimes I'll stop and I'll scout depending on what I'm running. Obviously you see helmets here. So I got like a Team Wendy ballistic, Team Wendy bump. And that's just an OG ballistic helmet that I got from a buddy for cheap. He went to the Middle East with it, and I thought it was cool at the time, didn't have other helmets. So that is the first one I had personally acquired. I didn't keep my personal ACH back from my military days, but yeah, just moving along. Right here is pretty much all 5.56 ARs. Actually, I lied. One is a 7.62 by 39. The other is the 450 Bushmaster that's been on the channel before. So just different optics, thermals, things that I'm testing. I've run out of space for guns, so this is one of my first guns ever that I spray painted back when I was like 18-year-old in high school. Just a Benelli Nova pump. It's been on some goose hunts, some duck hunts, and then I do have a bolt gun, 308.
Mm-hmm. He swore he was going to get into long range hunting. Still hasn't happened.
To be determined. We'll get to that. Yeah, so this is like my little AK section. So I wanted to have kind of like a OG looking AK. This one's a little bit modernized, and I actually have the 12 gauge AK in the back. It's not a fancy one. It's the one that was on PSA for like $300. I've shot it like twice. Mixed results. Eventually, maybe I'll get around to reviewing and testing it. Gotta have the Deagle. Katie, do you want to comment on this one?
It's been broken for like 15 years.
This is a Taurus 357. It has an 8-round cylinder. Thought it was cool. Got it for a really good deal, like $350 with like 200 rounds of ammo. I stripped the wheel on it, so it's kind of like a safety issue to shoot because the cylinder doesn't always fully seat, and I'm worried one of these days it's going to be misaligned enough to cause a catastrophic failure. So it's kind of just a wall ornament.
Taurus does have first guns.
It is. I've had it for a minute. I've been too lazy to send it out for repair. I think Taurus has like a lifetime warranty now. Eventually I will. I keep saying that for now 8 years. Yeah. All right, Katie,
a lot better.
Tell them what this one is.
It's the long range hunting.
So she doubts that I'm ever going to get into long range shooting, but this is going to be my chance to prove her wrong, guys. This is a 300 PRC that I recently got in a trade. Would this video be getting filmed tomorrow? It would be rocking the Vortex Gen 3 Razor. I'm really excited for that. This is my Viper PST Gen 2. It's a great scope, but I kind of wanted to have one bolt gun that I go all out. So yeah, that's the 300 PRC. Spoiler alert, depending on the time you're watching this video when I post it, this is the DMT Hydra that I just got in this week to start testing. Just currently have it mounted there just to keep it from getting bumped around. You can see a lot of these have the thermal clip-ons. You guys know if you've been following the channel, I love thermal clip-ons personally. This is a SIG Spear, the 16-inch upper. There's content on this already. This has the AGM. It's a 256 core. This week, actually, I should be finished editing that video, so you should definitely see this by the time you're watching me talk about the studio. Moving on, just some more ARs. There's a 300 Blackout. This is 5.56. This is my Scorpion. This is actually one of my most fun and favorite guns to shoot because 9mm is substantially cheaper to shoot than 5.56, obviously. So I really like that gun. It's pleasant to shoot suppressed. A little snappy, but it's a fun gun. This is my Warhammer Armaments 14.5. I'm going to do a dedicated video on this. This gun is stupid accurate. It's got over 2,000 rounds on it. I didn't clean it until like the 1,500 round mark. It's been working like a sewing machine, zero issues whatsoever. I will get around. Warhammer Armaments, if you're watching this, sorry, I haven't posted the video yet. We've been busy doing night vision and laser content. Absolutely love this gun. If I had to grab any one of these guns out of this room, I understand this is a sponsored gun, guys, but this would be the one I truly would grab and go. This is the one setup that I don't reconfigure. So as kind of a gun tuber and someone with severe gun ADD, what I'm always finding myself doing is changing up the setups, mixing and matching stuff. I get a new optic, new laser, whatever. I have to remove something. This is the one gun I leave alone. This is my personal build. Just finally plop down. So fun fact about my dog, he gets really uncomfortable if you make long form eye contact. He gets just nervous. Don't you, buddy? But if I truly had to grab one gun in this room, this is the one I would grab. It's configured specifically for my needs, so it has an LPVO, it's the Razor 1-10, so very versatile optic. I do have an Acro, a reliable and durable optic piggybacked. Reason for that is so I can use it for passive aiming. And then I have the DIRP, which I claimed was my favorite laser to date. Hopefully this, at the time of the review at least, hopefully this backs it up, that it's on my personal gun. I don't mix and match stuff. This works absolutely great with an LPVO because of how low it sits, and it lets me run thermal clip-on. So that's the SIG CB25 that I've posted a review. Absolutely phenomenal thermal optics. So this is my setup. I do a lot of hunting with this configuration as you see it here. So that's a 14.5 pin and weld setup for my Griffin can. Just got some handguns. This is the one I run the most, actually, the SIG 320. This is a 10 mil. I haven't done a dedicated video on that. Katie and I like to go to the mountains a lot, so this is kind of my bear defense gun. I've got some pretty nasty rounds loaded up in there. OG 1911 that I've had for a long time, one of my original guns, and then just have another 9mm and then a 22 just kind of plinking gun. So this is the background you guys are used to seeing. Spoiler here, this is the SIG Echo SV50 with the laser rangefinder. I'll be posting a video on.
Oh wait, sorry. I got sidetracked. Go again.
Hard help, or good help is hard to find, guys. This is the spoiler, the SIG SV50. They're thermal, they're dedicated thermal. I am in the process of testing and reviewing right now. So this is kind of my little tinkering area where I throw stuff up. This is a lot cleaner than it normally is, guys, if I'm being honest. There's usually junk all over here until I film a video. So I have like my scope rings ready for when that vortex comes in. Did invest in the trigger cam, so shout out to the Patreon supporters of the channel. You let me slowly accumulate budget to buy things to just improve content. So every dollar you guys give me is gonna go right back into making videos better. So I'm gonna get you some better POV footage for future reviews. And then I just have an assortment of magazines, no shortage of that. I like to try to stay organized. So I do have ammo cans for my different calibers. Kind of have ammo cans all over, but can never have too much. On an average month, I probably shoot about 1,000 rounds. If it's a laser testing month, then that probably doubles to put rounds on lasers. So again, shout out to the Patreon supporters, and actually Optics Planet is now helping the channel with ammo, which is a huge deal when YouTube doesn't really pay you a lot for this content. So it actually currently costs me money to make videos, guys. If you didn't know, I'm not rolling in the dough. Okay, you guys have not seen this angle ever. This is where I sit down for hours and hours and hours to edit. I'll show you guys. I'm not trying to flex, but this is my pride and joy. This is the UCS Millennium Falcon. My wife got this as a surprise. For those that aren't aware, I'm a mechanical engineer for my day job. And I am a licensed engineer, so when I was studying for the exam, I spent about 3.5, 4 months where all I was doing after hours besides editing for YouTube is just cramming and studying. This was her, basically after I took the test, this was her surprise to me to allow me to kind of decompress after all those long hours of studying. So again, shout out to how cool my wife is. And then another fun fact.
Shameless plug.
Another fun fact is, I got a lot of camera gear, and a lot of that is because of YouTube, but for what, Katie, 3, almost 4 years, we did wedding videography on the side. Really good side hustle there. It's like polar opposite of the gun channel. But I had built up a camera collection for the channel, and we got into that. It's Fernandez Films 19 on YouTube. I'm not currently doing it anymore, but if you guys feel like watching my wedding videography and see what I do when I'm trying to be cinematic, that's where you can see that stuff. Otherwise, yeah, this is, I am using Apple to edit. I know a lot of people hate Apple, some people love it. It's bittersweet. A lot of the thermal optics I test aren't Apple friendly. And then this is my my editing setup. So yeah. Otherwise, not really much else to see. All right, this is the other guy. This is Lobo. Remy's 50% German Shepherd. Lobo is our purebred German Shepherd. Lights are on, but not necessarily, someone always home. So this is the other guys making noise when I'm trying to film. So they get jealous of each other. All right, Katie, we're gonna finish the video. What do you think the coolest? She doesn't want to be on camera right now, guys. What do you think the coolest looking gun in the room is?
Probably that.
Oh, she picks the spear. That's gonna ruffle a lot of feathers. All right, we're gonna do this vlogging style. All right, guys. So yeah, this is it for the OG gun room. I have no idea what the next one's gonna look like. We are moving from the San Antonio area to the Fort Worth area. So as always, appreciate you taking the time to watch, just showing you something a little behind the scenes, what it's like day in and day out in this room. And appreciate you taking the time to watch. As always, have a good one.